One landlord says that the rental affordability crisis and housing shortage will only get worse unless landlords buy more houses. I'm Tony, and this is Real Estate Investing and Landlord News. All right, so I have an interesting article for you today, and it's a strongly worded opinion piece from another landlord, such as myself. Now, obviously, I have strong opinions. Most of the landlords I know also have strong opinions, right? And this article, man, it's a good one because it's really just reflecting what all of us are thinking, and I have no problem with that. Usually we just talk amongst ourselves at our investor association meetings, or we talk amongst other landlords that we happen to know, and we put our thoughts out there, right? But you don't read articles like this very often. Now, this article is coming out of Australia, right? But everything that he says in here, it also applies here in the United States. So that's why I like reading this sort of thing. So it's a good thing for us landlords to put what we really think out there. Now, keep in mind, right? 99% of us, we are good people. We're doing everything we want to do, but we are getting hobbled. We're getting crippled by government regulations. We're getting hurt by the people who think that, things such as rent control and eviction protections and all that stuff is what's going to make housing more affordable. And that's a complete joke. It does the exact opposite of that. And you know what? I don't think that the solution is more rules and regulations. I think the solution is more housing. And that's exactly what this guy here is saying. All right. So before I get into the article, go ahead, hit the like and subscribe button, maybe leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you think that the rental crisis can be solved if landlords, provided more housing? I do. Okay. I think that landlords and real estate developers, if we were able to step up and build more housing, provide more housing for people, the costs would go down and housing would be much more affordable. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening, okay? Whew, man. So let's get into this article. This article is coming from the BatudaAdvocate.com, and it says, dumb renters don't get it. The rental crisis will worsen unless us landlords buy more properties. And like I said, this is a strongly worded article. I don't like to cuss, so I'm going to, kind of gloss over those words. So let's get into it. I've got bad news for the renters out there. There's only so many landlords to go around, meaning there's only so many rentals to go around. And with the rental crisis out of control, everyone's grappling to find a solution to provide affordable rental options. But the solution is staring us in the face. Landlords buying more properties. Us landlords buying more properties is the only way to get more rental supply to market, at or above market price, of course. And we have a sophisticated landlord class ready and able to take up the call for a handsome profit, naturally. Yeah, so he comes out immediately like, listen, we want to make a profit, okay? You taking away all incentives to make a profit, nobody's going to want to be a landlord if that's the case, okay? And that's here, there, everywhere. If there's no proper incentive for us to do it, why would a developer build an apartment complex if they couldn't make any money off of it? Why would a landlord buy an apartment complex if they couldn't make any money off of it? Okay? So when you put policies in place such as rent control, which make it so that our profit margins are so slim that we could go down to the bank and just get a certificate of deposit and make more money than what you're offering, then you know what? That's what we're going to be doing. Dumb renters don't get it. They don't understand that without landlords, there'd be nowhere to rent. These idiots say crazy stuff like, landlords don't provide housing, they do the opposite by commodifying it, or the government should supply more affordable housing, or insane stuff like, rental laws need updating to give more power to renters. It's madness. We just need landlords with more properties. We just need to step back and let the free market deliver affordable housing and solve the crisis once and for all, like it has been doing all along. The reality is, if government was to shake up the system and increase the supply of affordable housing, or got rid of those delicious fiscal incentives that make investing in property attractive, it would put downward pressure on house prices. That's right. So if you, you know what, it would put downward pressure on prices. All you have to do is just get rid of government regulations. Okay, stop. I don't even say get rid of them. I just say stop creating new ones. Give us a stable system where we're able to operate our businesses. And we know what the rules are. The rules aren't constantly changing. We're not constantly under threat, and we're just able to operate under the rules that are already in place. And that would create an incentive for landlords to go out there and start building. But when they don't know if the law is going to change next month or next year or maybe both, okay, well, guess what? They're going to be very, very cautious, and they're going to act very slowly. And only the very big players with lots of money are going to be doing any investing. They don't seem to understand that the more difficult it is to buy a rental property, become a landlord, the less rental properties there are going to be that are available. This would be terrible for most Australians. You think anyone who owns a home or has a mortgage actually wants housing to become affordable? Then you are dumber than I thought. With only 31% of Australians trapped in the rental cycle, this leaves the vast majority of us to not give two flying F's about trying to help anyone out of it. Instead, the smart ones in the room capitalize on the problem and buy more property assets to receive more rental income while pushing house prices up further. So yeah, they talk about they want affordable housing, right? But at the same time, they want housing values to increase. We can't have both. You can't have both of those things at the same time. You can either have affordable housing, right, or high housing values. So most people, across the entire country, they want their home that they own, their values to go up. Okay, they don't want the price to go down. They don't want what happened back in 2008 to happen again. Where they lost all their equity. They lost, basically they lost a huge amount of wealth. And the thing that pushes housing prices up, right, is lack of affordable housing. Okay, lack of building. If you look out in California, right, and California is a great case example of this. They build way less housing than they need, yet their housing values are super high. The people out there love the fact that their housing values are super high. They do not want too much housing built out there because that will lower their housing values. And, I could say the same for here in Omaha, Nebraska as well. Now, obviously, housing is a lot more affordable here, but we still want our housing values to go up. So, yeah, if they pass policies that make it so that housing is hard to build, and, it's kind of like they want two things at the same time. We want affordable housing, but we also want our housing values. You can't have both. Okay, you can't have both. Um, People like me, people like the landlord in this article, we're taking advantage of the situation. We're making fortunes off of the equity and appreciation that we're getting off of our rental properties. We're also making a good income off of the, rental income that's coming in every single month. And I got no problem with that. The problem I have is that, we are providing a service that is needed by people, and all they do is complain. All they do is want to hurt us and take away what we have, when if you let the free market work the way it's supposed to work, housing would be affordable. Okay, housing would be affordable if you allowed people to build. Housing would be affordable if you didn't punish people for wanting to make a profit. Okay, and you do that, and you try to put these socialist policies in place. And yeah, I'm back on the socialism thing, right? You try to put these socialist policies in place, and they have the opposite effect. The immediate effect of freezing rent prices is, oh, well, these people don't have to pay more right now. The long term effect of freezing rent prices is there's a lot less housing supply, and the few places that are left to rent are much, much, much more expensive. Oh, man. Yet renters complain that my rent got hiked 85%, or my landlord is kicking me out because I've got a cat, when they should be thanking us for providing them with the basic human right of shelter. Despite renters' misguided noise on the subject, I, for one, have vowed to continue to help them by buying more properties. And me too. Okay, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I'm definitely going to pick and choose which markets I'm investing in. I'm not going to invest in markets where they treat me like, I'm the social welfare provider, or like I am some sort of a villain. No, I'm going to invest in places where, hey, I have strong property rights. I have the ability to get rid of my tenants. I have the ability to set the rents for whatever I feel like my rent should be set at. And I'm treated with respect. And you know what? I will treat my tenants with respect as well.